Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. In this video, we're going to shoot some 32 gauge. Now, all of the loads are the same. It's all 15 pellets of number 4 buck. In this case, it's Remington 23 cal number 4, not true 24 cal number 4 buck. But let's see here. The load is a focus. Come on. Come on. There we go. A new Shadot hull with, it says 29, but it's 19 grains of little gun. The SG32 wad base, Mylar wrap, 15 pellets of Remington number 4 buck, which is 23 caliber, not 24. And ITX buffer with a roll crimp, and they are crimped with the Ballistic Products roll crimp tool. Simple load. The gun is my Stevens. I believe it's a model 106. Small frame 32 gauge. And just to show you that, you can see it is indeed a small frame. The gun weighs 4 pounds even. It's a very light, very handy gun. I quite enjoy this thing a lot. And like usual, guys, we are at 42 yards. And we're going to run these, or at least one of them, over a chronograph just to get the velocity. It should be around 1150. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. But let's get to it. Alright guys, this first shot is going to be at 42 yards to try to measure the velocity. And then we'll pace it off, maybe home defense distance, 7 yards, maybe 15, 20, and 30. And we'll just see how it goes. I'm not expecting these at 42 to be all that great, but you never know. This gun does have a full choke. 32 gauge is .526 bore, and this is choked down to 490. So let's see how this does. $11.79. Beautiful. I guess let's go see how it patterned after I show you the hull. Oh yeah, this looks great. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Well, guys, trees are starting to look a little naked around here.
Oh yeah. Guys, every week around here, it gets more and more wintry.
Dreary?
Did you say wintry too?
I said dreary.
Oh yeah, well I guess that's a word for it. But yeah, the trees become more naked every week that we're out here.
Other than the pine trees. That's all right though.
Looks like the gun may print a little bit low, but we have a good pattern there. Not quite sure if it's all 15, but guys, that's pretty good. What we have is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have a 15-inch spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 of 15. Okay, we have 13, 14 down here in the roll of paper. Again, I shot a little bit low and now our paper is ruined. Oh well, we have 14 of 15 in a really good pattern, like roughly the size of a beach ball. That's kind of impressive. I did not expect that little 32 to hold that good of a pattern at 42 yards, but it did.
Alrighty guys, we moved up to the distance of 10 yards. Home defense. Bad guy walked in the kitchen, you're standing in the living room. What do? You grab your shotgun. What does he do? I don't know, let's see.
That's a hole.
He falls over. That's what he does.
You grab your nearly irreplaceable shotgun and you put a hole in the guy at 10 yards, because that's what that just did.
It does pattern low, even from this distance.
Okay.
That is consistent. It put it in the same spot.
I guess the gun just hits low.
Anyways, I'll walk over here and show this. Hull still looks great. That's the second one we fired now.
Yeah.
There's actually a little more recoil than I thought there'd be. It still ain't nothing tremendous, but...
No, it's just a 4-pound shotgun and it's skinny as a rail. It kicks like a 20 gauge. Oh, yeah, these are 11 16th ounce load exactly.
Look at that. The hull's almost as wide as the gun, and that's usually not the case.
That's crazy.
That is. Oh, pal, you broke into the wrong house.
Sure did.
Anyways, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 That would have been 8, and then I can see 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'd say the 15th escaped right in here somewhere, but you can see the rings like...
Yeah, that's crazy. You can actually see the cutout from each pellet that hit right there.
Right, let's see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's either 5 and the 6th one flying through the center of an inch by inch square right there.
Huh. I think I might have to get some number 3 buck and see if we can come up with some loads that'll get a deer for this thing.
That is ridiculous. Of course, that is only, 7 to 10 yards, but at home defense range, that is a very viable option.
Baseball size pattern. Hey, put your fist up to that real quick. I think your fist will cover the, yep, there you go. His fist covers all of it. There you go.
I mean, my hand ain't that big.
All right, guys, we are at roughly 20 yards now. Let's see what this does at 20. I expect still really good. See, I was aiming right at that black dot, and it's, I don't know, 3 inches underneath it. Let's see how that looks. I mean, you can't really argue that's not a good pattern, because all of it besides this pellet right here, which was a flyer, I can cover with my hand. It looks like that may be a
Wad strike.
wide strike. You're probably right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
There's a double.
Double. Yep. All 15. Right. Well, it's 14 right here. We got one flyer. All in all, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 inch group right here with one flyer. Guys, that's great.
Point out the wad strike real quick. That one there is a wad strike. And you got your one flyer. And if y'all pause it here, you can actually count the grid paper.
Oh, yeah.
I've got it zoomed in enough right now that you can see it nice. And
we like grid paper because it stops us from having to use a tape measure or anything like that. But what were you saying?
spin it.
Spin it. Oh,
No,
okay.
leave it where you had it.
Oh. Guys, this haul looks just fine too.
Well, alrighty guys, let's see what these things do at roughly 29, 30 yards.
Come on, Ollie.
I don't know if y'all can see my hound in the background there or not, but
You can see him.
hey Oliver, get out of the shot. Okay, Dad. Do-do-do-do-do. Alrighty, now that he's cleared the range, let's see what this thing does. Ooh, tough luck to be the dog. Nah, I'm joking, guys. He's way over there. But haul looks great. Like normal.
Yeah, looks just fine. I can't see the pattern, but I imagine it's really good. My last shot, I'm going to take it 50.
Well, alrighty, guys. All in all, I feel like that's probably optimum range for that. About 30 yards. It's opened up just enough to give you coverage, but it's not so much. It's not good penetration. Not penetration, but
I mean, penetration would be a good, factor too in there.
well, yeah, but that thin paper don't show us nothing of.
No.
What the heck was I trying to think of?
Pattern density?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. At 30 yards, it ain't blowed out so much that you ain't got good coverage, but yet it's got good density still. But out of the 15, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm sure I missed one somewhere in there.
There's a double up at the top.
Right there.
Yep, that's a double.
Right, there's 15, so we've got to move this over a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Even if it is, yeah, I guess so, 14, 15.
And that's about the size of a basketball.
Yeah, roughly right there. Yeah, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, roughly, I guess you go from over here like 14, but from where the majority of them are, anyways, across, it's like a 10 by, roughly a 10 by 12, 10 by 10, something like that in there.
Yeah.
At 30 yards, that's not bad at all.
No, it's really good.
I'd smack a Yoda around, especially at number 4 buck.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to try mine at 50. We had a beach ball size pattern at 42. So, let's see if we can get a tractor tire size pattern at 50.
What tractor, big or little? We do not know.
All right, guys, I found 50 yards. The picnic table over here, that is 42 sitting in that chair. I pasted off 8 more yards. We are at the back of this S10 you see sitting right here. So, let's see how these do at 50. Josh looks tiny down there next to the patterning board. All right, guys, time for the 50-yard shot. Now, I expect this to still be fairly decent going off of what we've got so far. But you never know. Maybe at 50 yards, it falls apart completely. We're about to find out. I definitely hit the paper. And once again, guys, the haul looks perfect. Josh's last shot, we're going to see what it'll do to a water jug. Third take. Almost got it right. Alright, guys, at 50 yards we have edge-to-edge coverage, and I believe I still have the majority of the pellets on here. It hit a little bit low. I was aiming at the black dot, but if the gun just hits low, we know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, looks like 10 to 15, and there is definitely a new hit right here on this board, so 11. And again, we have probably, I want to say, a 30-inch spread. Give or take a little bit, but it's not bad. 50 yards is definitely stretching it with 4-buck and a 32 gauge, but that's not bad.
Well, alrighty guys, we've got us a half-gallon jug full of some clear liquid here in front of us. I'm assuming water.
Hydrofluoric acid.
Oh, even better.
Don't get it on you.
But anyways, let's see what this thing can't do to it. We're at the dangerous range of probably 3.5 to 5 yards. I just lost my eye thanks to your whatever the hell acid.
Okay, that was a lot more effective than I thought it would be. Wow.
If you guys are ever going to shoot water jugs, instead of shooting them like this standing up, try laying them down flat.
It seems to have worked a lot better than shooting it standing up. But yeah, guys, that exploded pretty well. I am quite pleased with this 32 gauge here.
Hold on a sec, fellas. Fella. That's kind of cool.
Cut right through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I hit it right here on the center of it. And if you flip it around, the pellets traveled through 7 inches of water and about all come out the cap area anyways. That's pretty impressive. Granted, we was only 5 yards away, but
if that.
Still.
So guys, what do you want to see us do with this 32 gauge next? Do you want to see us create some form of possible turkey load, squirrel loads, maybe some bismuth? Can't really do TSS with it because there's no non-toxic wads available for 32 gauge or 24.
Thick Mylar maybe.
Yeah, maybe thick Mylar and some nitro cards. Maybe a Teflon wrap will do it, but I don't want to do it through this gun. Bismuth, absolutely. Let us know what you guys want to see.
Like always, thanks for watching.
Oh yeah. Well guys, I think today we proved that the 32 gauge absolutely is a good cartridge. I'll fully admit, going into this video, I did not expect that gun to pattern well at 42 yards, but we had a beach ball size pattern. At 7 yards, we had basically a hole in the paper. At 20 yards, it was still excellent. At 30, that's probably about the perfect distance. You have enough spread while still having a lot of pattern density. It was great at 30, and at 50 yards, I had most of the pellets still on paper. I estimated it to be roughly a 30-inch pattern. I think that paper's 32 by 9 feet, I think it is. I think it's 32 by 9. Anyway, it was a good pattern, even for 50 yards. Like I said earlier, 50 yards with number 4-buck, yeah, that's pushing it, especially with just 15 pellets, but still, the pattern was pretty decent for 50 yards in my opinion. It destroyed that water jug far better than I thought it would. It looked like you hit it with a 20 gauge or 16 or even 12 for that matter. It blew it up pretty good. Now using little gunpowder, we can load heavier and faster. It was a pretty light load as far as 32 gauge goes. You can absolutely take it up to 3/4 ounce at over 1200 FPS if you wanted to. But like I mentioned in the loading video, I like to keep pressures on the pretty low side with that gun. I don't want to chance anything going wrong with it, because it'll take me years of finding another one to replace it if something were to go wrong. I just don't want to chance it. We've sent a Lee real bullet, 50 cal real bullet. Those weigh 7/10 of an ounce or 320 grains, and we got those past, I think it was 1600 FPS using little gunpowder. So the 32 gauge can be quite a potent little cartridge if you want it to. But guys, leave down in the comments what you want to see us do with it next. The options are not that extensive. Again, we can't do anything with TSS that I know of anyway, but bismuth is possible. Steel shot's not possible. Buckshot, yeah, there's quite a few options there. There's quite a few options for turkey style loads or rabbit, squirrel, small game loads. We can do quite a bit. If any of you manufacturers out there are watching this, I want a 32 gauge double barrel. Let's make it happen. At least get one on the market, even if it's just a limited run. I would really like to see more options available for 32 gauge than outrageously expensive high-end custom guns. Here's another option. Make 32 gauges with rifled barrels again. I have an H&R that does have a rifled barrel. It is 50 cal. It would not be, obviously, over 50 cal, wouldn't be regulated as a destructive device. You could make, in theory, a Taurus Judge style revolver or Smith & Wesson Governor in 32 gauge, rifle the bore at 50 cal, and you have some 50 cal shotgun slugs. But guys, I have GIPE and OMV dies on the way for 32, 24, and 28 gauge. So be expecting videos a lot more with the 2 obscure gauges and 28 gauge. Now, I really want to do a lot more with 32 gauge because it does have a lot of potential, probably even more than 24 gauge does. When I said 24 gauge, I was specifically talking about mine. It is just an improved cylinder fixed choke. It don't pattern that good past 20-25 yards. My 32 gauge, the smooth bore, is fixed full, and it patterns great, as you guys seen in this video. But anyway guys, I think that's going to do it for us. Please like and subscribe, we always appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. And if you want to, go check out our Patreon. It's as low as $1 a month and you guys get early access to content. A link to that, as well as a link to our Instagram and Rumble accounts, will be in the description below. But other than that, you guys take it easy. We'll see you in the next one.